What up, everybody? This is Dustin with Wholesaling Tactics, and today I'm going to show you how to build your cash buyers list. What's up, everybody? Dustin here again with Wholesaling Tactics, and today's video is going to be how I find my cash buyers, the top 7 ways to find cash buyers. So, and number 7 is more of a bonus, and we'll start there. So, without further ado, number 7. Is that backwards? Number 7. Yeah. So, number 7, how to find your cash buyers. This way I don't do, because in my opinion, my cash buyers list is like my holy grail. I'm not going to share that with anybody, but in bigger cities, it may be a common thing to do. So one way that you can find your cash buyers is by simply trading list with them. I see that all the time. I'll see it in forums and groups on Facebook. They'll say, hey, who wants to trade buyers list? A lot of these times, these huge lists with 1,000 buyers are a bunch of baloney, and oh, we got 1,000 buyers. In wholesaling, you're going to have about 5 to 10 true buyers. You might have 400 on your list, but you got 5 or 10 that you know are going to perform, and that's just the way it is. So that was number 7. Let's get on to number 6 or 6. Realtors. Sometimes realtors can be your best friend. I went and got my license. You can get your license as a wholesaler, and I do recommend it, though it does add some more difficulty to the whole process, but you can make more money. But like I said, realtors can sometimes be great benefits in the wholesaling business, because here, they're selling real estate too. When you think about what wholesaling is, yeah, you're not really selling real estate, you're selling a contract, but you're kind of selling real estate. So realtors know plenty of buyers. So if you have a cash deal that maybe you can't find a buyer on, reach out to someone that you've established a relationship with, a realtor that may have some cash buyers. A lot of times these realtors have been working 5-10 years, have established a much bigger group of a sphere of influence than you have. So they may know somebody that might want it. And if you agree to split, and don't be stingy, split 50-50 or however you want to do it. My business model is way different than everybody else's, but if you agree to split it, hey, everybody wins. So that's number 6. Get you some realtor buddies. Number 5, the 5th way, the 5th best way to find cash buyers in your area would be simply attending auctions. Going to the courthouse, either tax auctions, or foreclosures, whatever. There's different ways to find when these auctions are. Just call the courthouse and ask when they're doing the next tax auction or the next auction for real estate, and they'll usually tell you if it's still going or if it's been canceled. Pro tip, you can download the auction.com app, and it will show you whatever foreclosures are going on auction.com. Now, they don't do all the foreclosures, but they do a lot of them. So if you download that app, you'll be able to see when the auction date is, and you can potentially find some buyers there. Now, your tax auctions, which we do ours about twice a year, and these are tax delinquent homeowners, which that's going to take precedence over the mortgage. These are people that are behind on their taxes and the city comes to foreclose. So, and I could have had that mortgage part backwards, but anyways, the city's coming to foreclose, and these you will see a lot of serious buyers at. So if you're going to go there, dress professional, have your business cards ready, try to have some properties under contract or something to show them value, because I went to one, and that's all I feel like I need to go to, because it was really hard to pull these people aside and have a conversation with them, because they were simply just there to buy real estate. They didn't want to hear anyone else's stuff. They were there to buy the house or auction on the house that they wanted to auction on and get out. So yeah, but you can still find buyers there. One thing I did was I printed out a almost flyer with all my properties, my contact information, told them to reach out to me. Of course, I try to get their name and number. If they didn't give it to me, I just give them a flyer, give them something to hold on to and remember me by, and maybe they'll reach out to me. Who knows? Okay, so that was the number 6 way to find. Let's go on to number 5. Oh no, that was the 5th way. That was the 5th way to find buyers. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4. The 4th best way, and these are ranked on the way I've ranked them and the way I've had success. You may have a lot more success than I do. A lot of people think Craigslist is still, it's not relevant anymore, but I find a lot of stuff on Craigslist. When I was first starting, now I don't find buyers on there anymore because I know all of them or I've established relationships with them. But at the beginning, one thing I would do was reach out to Craigslist rentals. And by reaching out to these landlords, possibly landlords, some of them were possibly just single rental owners. Maybe they inherited the property, but I reached out to them anyway. My question first was, hey, do you want to sell? If they're like, no, I don't want to sell, or for an outrageous figure, or anything's for sale, if that's the answer they give you, that means they want retail. So what I do is transition and say, well, hey, since you have this property, are you interested in purchasing more like this one if the deal is good enough and it makes sense? And 9 times out of 10, if they're an active purchaser, they're going to tell you, yes, I'm looking for more deals like this. And that's when you're going to get their email address and their phone number and what they're looking for. So that is a really solid way to build your buyers list, especially for landlord buyers or buy and hold deals. So that was number 4. Let's move on to number 3. We're down to the top 3. The 3rd best way that I've found to find your cash buyers are your local real estate groups. You can find anything from real estate agents to appraisers to construction crews to other wholesalers to investors to private money lenders. Everything you can find at your local real estate investor group. And if you don't know where it is, just do a quick search in Google and see if there's one in your town. If they don't have a website, look on Facebook. I don't believe mine has a website. It's just on Facebook. Your bigger cities will definitely have a website, but in urban areas, not urban, excuse me, good grief, rural areas, in the U.S., you're not going to have these huge investor groups. There's, mine, I might see 10 one day and I might see 40 the next meeting, and it's very inconsistent, but you will meet a lot of buyers there. You'll meet a lot of wholesalers. You'll meet a lot of time wasters, but you can easily establish who is what. Sometimes in your bigger towns, your big wig buyers will come to those meetings, whereas in smaller good old boy towns like that I'm in, where it's just a good old boy network and you got all these old school investors, they're not going to attend these meetings because they're out doing some good old boy mischief, smoking cigars and doing illegal things and flying airplanes. I don't know, I'm just kidding. To get like some Scarface or casino type stuff. But no, they are typically not going to show up to these meetings because they're just not. So that's the number 3 way. I feel like I should say more about your real estate groups. And I'm going to continue on a little bit more about them. You should really become active in these, because if you become a front man for your own local real estate group, you're going to be the person that everybody comes to when they have questions, if they have a property for sale, whatever. I have taken the reins on being in charge of that group and showing up every single time. There's so many different people you can meet at these meetings that may only go one time and never come back, whether it be they're from out of town or they just don't ever have time to come back, but you can make some great relationships by showing up to these meetings. I met one of my business partners when I first attended my very first meeting. I met my business partner. He never came to another meeting. I've never seen him since. I have seen him since, but I've never seen him in another meeting because he lives 6 hours away. We're not business partners anymore, but I met him there, and I met a lot of other people through him. So remember, your network is your net worth is your network. So these real estate meetings are super important, and they're a great way to build your network. So the second best way, the second greatest way however you say it. The second best way, number two, to find cash buyers is Facebook. Facebook, especially in bigger cities, you will see that Facebook has groups for everything, and guarantee you there's a wholesaler group, there's an investor group, there's a wholesale deal group, there's a buy, sell, and trade group, there's a real estate. I mean, there's so much out there that you can join. And one thing you can do is you can scroll through these older investment groups and look at other deals that people have had, and just go to the comments where people have dropped their emails. You will find hundreds and hundreds of emails doing this, and build your cash buyers list so quick. Just go to the old Facebook groups and look at old postings. You're going to find a lot of people that have commented on there that are looking actively for property. So Facebook can be one of your greatest tools, whether you're looking for sellers or buyers. Facebook is amazing when it comes to wholesaling. And the number one way, boom, 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 we finally made it. We've done, we did number 7, which was Realtors. Let's see, hold on, piece of crap iPad. We did number 7 was Trading Cash Buyers List, which I really don't recommend, but hey, it's a way. Number 6 is establishing relationships with other realtors. They are very valuable and can help you in a lot of different ways. Number 5 is going into your auctions, your city auctions or your tax auctions, your foreclosures. Show up to those things because they're showing up. Don't be a hand sitter, and don't stay at home thinking that you're magically going to get someone's email that's at the auction. You got to go there. Be professional, have your stuff together, and be ready to network with people. The number 4 way would be Craigslist. You've got all kinds of rental ads on there. Call these landlords. They are usually looking to buy. And if they're not looking to buy, maybe they're looking to sell. Hey, everybody will sell if the price is right. Number 3 is going to be your real estate groups. Make sure you're showing up to your real estate groups every single month. Because if you're trying to build your buyers list and you're not showing up to these, the bare minimum, it's going to be real tough for you to be successful in this business. Number two would be Facebook groups. Facebook is amazing when it comes to wholesaling. Not only can you find sellers, you can find buyers, you can advertise your property, you can advertise your business. So Facebook is a killer in a good way when it comes to real estate in general, especially wholesaling real estate. And the number 1 way, we're finally here, number 1. The number 1 way would be PropStream. PropStream.com. Let me pause this. All right, the number 1 way to find cash buyers. I got interrupted, but it was for a good interruption because I just got paid. So at my brokerage right now, if that motivates you at all. Hey, the number 1 way to find cash buyers would be, and my personal favorite, is going to be to use a cool tool or a website. And I am not sponsored by them, though I wish I was, and maybe in the future, but it's PropStream.com. If you are a wholesaler or even a real estate individual, an investor, this website is like the holy grail, and I know I use that reference a lot, but it is amazing. You can find so much information. You can find motivated sellers, motivated buyers, anything. So if I'm going to target a neighborhood or target a city or a town or just a specific street, you can do it all on there. And the way you can filter and actually narrow down your list to target certain types of buyers you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for fix and flippers or people that are buying, they just bought in the past year. That are buying from this range to this range, or these types of houses, residential, commercial, whatever you're looking for, you can really narrow it down and get you a nice tight group of buyers to contact. So for instance, right now I've got a wholesale deal going on that's a flip property in a town where I don't have a buyer's list, but it is a really good deal. I'm not counting on Facebook to perform. Facebook used to perform well a year ago, but now they've changed the algorithms. You have a house for sale, there's probably 90% of the people that used to see it aren't going to see it. So one of the best ways is just to really legitimately find the real buyers. And by doing that, you can export your list on PropStream and skip trace them. You can cold text them, cold call them. I suggest doing both. If you're a wholesaler, that means you're in sales and you're a marketer. And if you don't have cold calling skills, you need to acquire them because you're going to make it a lot of phone calls. Not everybody does text. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. But anyways, yeah, that's the number one, propstream.com. You can do anything with it. If someone gives me an address to look up, and that's even being a licensed realtor with the tools that I have, if someone gives me an address to look up and says, hey, check this address out for me and find something out on it, I'm not using any of my other tools. I'm using PropStream because it's going to have all my information all in one place at the snap of a finger. And I'm going to be able to do so many different reports. I'm going to be able to narrow down different things, different search criteria, and it is just amazing. It's very expensive. It's about $100 a month, but it's worth it. You can skip trace from there. You can send letters from there, I believe. There's a few other things you can do there, use their features for other things, but I just use it to pull lists. There's also a website called listsource.com, but I don't use that because I do have PropStream and I can pull as many lists as I want. I think it's up to like 10,000 people a month, but I am in rural America, so I live in a town with about 100,000 people. So I'm not pulling 100,000 people. I'm pulling certain motivated lists at a certain time. So anyways, it's rare that I pull 10,000 people in a month. And I think you can up your export list on it, but PropStream is the number one tool. Hope this video was helpful. Hopefully it can motivate you and help you to find more buyers to establish your business. So when you do get these deals, you can pass them and get them closed as fast as possible to be able to perform. So stay motivated, keep your top 5 in order. Remember, keep yourself surrounded with top motivated individuals. If you want to be like them, if they motivate you, if they inspire you, surround yourself with them. Remember, if you surround yourself with alcoholics, odds are you're going to be an alcoholic. And don't get me start preaching. But anyways, hope this helped. Have a great day. Peace.